Hey guys, it's your boy Mark back with another video, and here with yet another 2020 movie thoughts for y'all. This is on a 2020 sports movie, and this is on, and this is my main event, movie thoughts for November 30th, 2020. And that is on Cage Fighter, Worlds Collide. Yeah, that's the name of the movie. So what did your boy? So what? Cage Fighter Worlds Collide is about? It's about this MMA fighter. He's like the best MMA fighter in the world, and he he's doing his next championship defense against a wrestler named Randy Stone. And Randy Stone is actually played by my man Jon Moxley from AEW, the AEW wrestler Jon Moxley. It's amazing because when he was Dean Ambrose, 5 years ago, your boy did his thoughts on 12 Rounds 3 Lockdown back in 2015. Now, 5 years later, he's doing his thoughts on another movie starring him, except that now he's not Dean Ambrose anymore, he's Jon Moxley. That would be Cage Fighter Worlds Collide, of course. This is like a crossover, with wrestling and MMA, and the fight happens, and Randy Stone defeats Reese Gilbert. I forgot his name, honestly. He's the main character, Reese. And it's a devastating loss, and he's trying his best to get back on top, but just stuff keeps going wrong with him in his life, and yeah. So what did your boy think of Cage Fighter Worlds Collide? This was a fun, solid movie, actually. This film pretty much goes by, your typical sports movie anyway, so you're not really missing out on anything new here. I mean that with respect, of course. You guys know I'm a massive wrestling fan, so I was rooting all the way, the whole time, for Randy Stone. Because I'm a wrestling fan, and I hated it in the beginning, how the MMA people were like making fun of wrestling, saying it's fake and all that. But, that kind of ended up being part of the story because they underestimated Randy Stone because he's a wrestler. He defeated the undefeated. He didn't only beat him for his championship, but he also defeated him, period. His streak was over. His undefeated streak was over, courtesy of Randy Stone. And you know what? I find weird? Reese is in this movie. He's a 5-time champion, but he's undefeated. So how could he be a 5-time champion if he never lost it 4 times before? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I guess it works differently with MMA. I don't know. I'm a wrestling man. Okay, I'm basing this based off wrestling. You know what I mean? But like, I would have preferred this to be a focus on Randy Stone because like he's not really in this movie much. He appears for the fight and he appears a couple other times, but it's really only when it comes to the fight itself that you see Randy Stone. Not that because I was watching this for him. I watched this for Jon Moxley. And it cracked me out because they actually used AEW footage to pass off as Randy Stone's thing. Of course, you didn't hear any mention of the Jon Moxley name. You know what I mean? I found that kind of funny and pretty neat, actually, all at once, all at the same time. Randy Stone, he defeats Reese. And man, Reese takes this loss like a mother, man. Right as he lost, he was crying, he was wailing, he was holding the referee's legs, just desperate. He just can't believe he actually lost, and then he wants a rematch, but he can't face Randy again right away. He's a massive crybaby about it, man. they're all about to cry babies about him losing this match. Like, dang. Like, wow. Although I kind of understand. Like, if it was me in that position, I would be devastated too. I would probably have the fact that I lost my undefeated streak on my mind, like, so hard. So I understand at the same time, of course I'm going to root for Randy. I root him for Randy, and, the whole time, even at the end, he, Reese ends up losing 2 fights in a row, actually, and then eventually he actually decides to retire, and then at the end he gets his rematch. Okay, and of course, even then, of course I was rooting for Randy Stone. Of course I was rooting for Jon Moxley. But this was a fun, solid, movie, and regardless of who ended up winning the rematch, I did think this has a very, no matter who you're rooting for. I mean, if you're rooting for Randy Stone or Reese to win the rematch at the end of the film, it's a very inspiring, heartfelt ending that I really appreciated that. And this was a solid movie in my opinion. It has a freaking 4.4, I think, on IMDb. And there were some other wrestlers who appeared in this too. Tommy Dreamer appeared in this, and most notably Christian appeared in this, which was so cool. And yeah, it was a solid movie. The fights were bloody. There was some cool swearing. Gina Gershon was in this too. She was awesome. She's my second favorite character of this film, behind obviously Randy Stone. And yeah, I just thought it was a solid movie. Just if this movie was like playing on TV, I'd put it on if I was bored and wanted a movie to, like, chill out with me and all that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Cage Fighter Worlds Collide gets a 7 out of 10 from your boy. The weakest of the 3 movies I did thoughts on today, but you know what? It's still a good one, And I'm glad I had this as the main event. And I gotta tell y'all, tomorrow there won't be any more movie thoughts tomorrow, okay? Because tomorrow is a very special, important day for your boy, and the real ones know what I'm talking about. So I won't be doing any movie thoughts videos tomorrow. I plan on going back to that on December 2nd, though. So, yeah. But man, tomorrow is super important for me, alright? Yeah. Alright. So yeah, if you guys have seen Cage Fighter Worlds Collide, what did you think? Please let your boy know. You'd very much appreciate it. And who were you personally rooting for? Were you rooting for Reese or Randy Stone in this film? I know I don't have to say his last name every time. Jon Moxley. And they actually reference Macho Man Randy Savage as well as Roddy Piper in this film. And I appreciated that, even though it was the MMA guys kind of making fun of wrestling. This was at the beginning, by the way. Yeah. Alright. So, yep, that's your boys' thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed your boys' thoughts, please let them know. He'll very much appreciate it. If you want to tell your boy what you thought of the film, please let him know he'd appreciate it as well. And, yeah. So that's it from your boy. Alright. Yep, that's your boys' movie thoughts. Cage Fighter Worlds Collide 2020 movie thoughts. See you later. Peace out. Peace out, y'all.